Imagine Elon Musk entering a congressional hearing room, his eyes sharp, his presence commanding, exuding the aura of someone who has faced off against the world countless times. Seated before him are two powerful congresswomen, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett, prepared to scrutinize the foundations of a massive tech empire. The interrogation quickly evolves into something far more intense than a routine hearing. This isn't just a formal discussion between a billionaire and elected officials. It's a dramatic showdown between the dominance of modern technology and the guardians of political integrity, between an entrepreneur striving to reshape humanity's future and representatives upholding the principles of democracy. Before we dive deep into this tense narrative, let us know where you're tuning in from. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss any gripping developments. The air in the hearing room is thick with tension, like an unseen sword suspended above everyone. The chair's voice echoes, deep and commanding, signaling the beginning of a critical confrontation. On today's agenda, the committee will examine Elon Musk's involvement in the Dogecoin digital currency, the influence of his X platform, and ethical concerns tied to ventures like Neuralink and Starlink. The fundamental question: is Musk serving the public interest, or merely advancing his personal ambitions? The opening remarks thunder like the first drumbeat in a war march. The stage is set for a fierce encounter between a pioneering tech mogul and a new generation of political voices. AOC subtly adjusts her glasses, her eyes alight with determination. Beside her, Crockett sifts through her notes with the cold precision of a hunter preparing to strike. Musk, seated at the witness table, remains composed, unfazed by the moment. His eyes reflect unshakable resolve, like a man who believes he's navigating a path years ahead of everyone else. The chamber goes still. 3 pairs of eyes meet. 3 strong wills prepare to collide. In that electrified silence, the clash of intellects and visions for America's future silently begins. Following brief procedural comments from the chair, AOC rises. Her voice is clear and deliberate, every word striking with intent. Mr. Musk, your so-called Department of Government Efficiency claims to save the taxpayer money. But at what price? Programs like Medicaid are being slashed, leaving thousands of families in distress. Meanwhile, Starlink contracts are being fast-tracked. Is this truly efficiency, or just a method to divert public resources for personal profit? She holds up a report revealing families losing health benefits due to policies aligned with Department of Government Efficiency. Her tone is sharp, filled with conviction. Then she sits, eyes locked on Musk, awaiting his defense. Musk leans forward, his voice calm but deliberate, like a chess master plotting his next move. DOG isn't targeting those in need. We've saved $150 billion by eliminating fraud and inefficiencies. That money never made it to the people you claim to defend. Starlink provides internet to millions in isolated regions. Not for my enrichment, but for public service. If you want to fix the system, focus on the cracks left unattended for decades. Scans the room, his tone inviting agreement before leaning back, his posture composed yet firm. Next, Crockett stands. Her voice hits like a hammer, challenging Musk's narrative. Let's discuss accountability. Your hand gesture during Trump's inauguration caused widespread outrage. Was it an endorsement of extremism or just reckless behavior? She presents a blown-up photo of Musk making the gesture, suggesting it could symbolize hate groups. The room freezes under the weight of her implication. Musk responds, voice steady and unwavering. That was a show of support for free speech. Nothing more. DOG is cleaning the system, not destroying it. You want accountability? Start with asking why billions were wasted before DOG even existed. His stare pierces through, clearly throwing the burden of proof back on Crockett. Her words land like lightning. DOG labeled 1.4 million Medicaid recipients as frauds and removed them without meaningful review. You're a billionaire who'll never worry about health care. Do you really grasp the impact of that decision? She presents a chart mapping Dog's effects on struggling communities. Musk's reply comes sharp. I value every dollar taxpayers provide. Dog doesn't cut genuine aid. We remove abuse so those truly in need can benefit. The billions saved could fund schools and hospitals. That's real help. Some Republican members applaud. Democratic lawmakers remain stern. But the storm hasn't passed. Crockett charges again, her tone rising. You dumped Trump the moment it was no longer convenient. Dog is nothing but a PR stunt. But now you're here, dodging blame. What's your real agenda? Her words touch on Musk's fallout with Trump, causing murmurs to spread across the room. Musk responds coolly. I'm building an efficient America. I work for no one, not even Trump. Dog is my solution to a broken system, and I stand by its success. His final words trigger a round of cheers from his supporters. Social media explodes. Some hail Musk as a reformer shaking up the status quo. Others praise AOC and Crockett for championing the people. One viral tweet reads, Musk just shut down the Democrats. Another counters, AOC is peeling away the truth behind Musk's empire. Tensions rise until Senator Byron Donald speaks on live TV, voice booming. Dog saved billions using decentralized payment systems, and we're attacking the guy who built the solution? This isn't justice. But AOC stands her ground. Her voice now flows like a fast-moving river, firm, persuasive. We've covered Dogecoin. Now let's talk about X, she begins. You claim it's a beacon for free speech. But when it becomes a breeding ground for lies about elections, vaccines, and public policy, is that still freedom? Or is it chaos monetized for gain? She unveils a string of posts from X that allegedly fueled misinformation. AOC doesn't merely read them. She analyzes them, showing their damaging ripple effects on public trust. You own this platform, Mr. Musk. When it chips away at democracy itself, what will you do? Or is responsibility also optional in your version of a free society? Her eyes hold him accountable, not as a man, but as a symbol of unchecked power. Musk leans in, his voice quiet but razor-sharp. X is an open arena. Opinions, right or wrong, deserve a place. Free speech isn't about silencing what makes you uncomfortable. If misinformation is the concern, then teach the people. Don't ask me to become a thought cop, he continues, voice rising slightly. X reflects reality, not a filtered illusion. His defense draws nods from some audience members, while Democrats exchange glances of concern. Crockett stands once again, voice thunderous. You call X transparent, then prove it. We found that posts critical of certain narratives are buried. Will you make the algorithm public for all to inspect? She shows a tablet with research suggesting bias in X's content curation. Is this freedom or manipulation? She demands. Musk replies firmly. X's algorithm promotes engagement, not censorship. If you have evidence of manipulation, present it. But don't ask me to monitor every post. That path leads straight to the authoritarianism you claim to fight. He pauses, gaze steady, as support bubbles from his corner of the room. He's not backing down. AOC returns to the fray, voice colder now, like a wind that cuts. You're avoiding the truth. X isn't just a platform, it's a weapon. Amplifying lies about elections doesn't just break trust, it risks national security. What's your solution? Or are you just choosing to stay out of it? She presents an example of a post allegedly inciting violence. Is this the kind of freedom you're defending? Her question. I'm revealing the truth. Media Matters attempted to undermine X, and your accusations today echo their exact narrative. He pauses deliberately, eyes locked on AOC, drawing applause from several Republican lawmakers. With his statement complete, He takes his seat, projecting the demeanor of someone who has just flipped the script. Crockett rises, her voice blazing with intensity. You're avoiding accountability. If the FTC is investigating media matters, then we should also scrutinize Tesla, she demands. There are documented cases of your company breaching labor laws, subjecting employees to hazardous working conditions. Are you brave enough to allow an independent audit of your factories? She displays a document filled with testimonies from ex-Tesla workers alleging poor workplace environments. Don't cloak your actions in sophisticated language. Workers deserve to be protected. Finishing her remarks, she takes her seat, her unwavering gaze pressing Musk to face the uncomfortable truth. Musk responds in a tone low, but filled with firm resolve. Tesla is recognized as one of the safest places to work in the auto industry. We've consistently enhanced workplace conditions based on employee input, and I have no objections to an independent audit. But if you really care about workers, consider how the government misuses taxpayers' money, ultimately harming those it claims to defend. He ends, eyes still locked on Crockett, as cheers erupt from one section of the room. With composure, he takes his seat, resembling a calm warrior who has just won a battle. AOC continues, her voice flowing with purpose, like a relentless river. Innovation must be grounded in ethics. Starlink, Tesla, and now X. Each of them serves your interests more than the people's. Our legislation will ensure that companies like yours cannot escape their social responsibilities. She punctuates each phrase with weight, as though etching her message into history. We are not opposing progress, we are opposing the misuse of power. After speaking, she sits down, challenging Musk with her resolute stare. Musk replies, his tone authoritative, like a seasoned speaker in his prime. True power lies in those who attempt to control freedom. X empowers individuals with a voice. Tesla provides jobs. Starlink connects the world. If your solution is more taxes, that won't help. It'll only hinder the very progress that people need. He pauses, glancing around the chamber, earning more applause, speaking more assertively. Now his voice resonates. Ladies and gentlemen, while we've touched on GX and Neuralink, it's time to discuss a greater matter, America's energy future. He holds up a report from G showing billions wasted on outdated energy projects. Meanwhile, highly efficient and clean nuclear reactors are paralyzed by excessive regulation. I challenge Ms. Ocasio-Cortez. How does this compare to your Green New Deal? He presents a chart highlighting nuclear energy's efficiency versus renewable alternatives. What America needs is sustainable energy, not expensive fantasies. He finishes and takes his seat, eyes still fixed on AOC. AOC rises again, her voice cascading with power and emotion. You claim to support clean energy, but your solutions only benefit corporations. The Green New Deal isn't some fantasy. It's a comprehensive initiative to create jobs, protect our environment, and support vulnerable populations. Your nuclear reactors pose safety risks and only enrich firms like Tesla. Are you willing to guarantee that these technologies won't neglect the poor? She lifts an analysis pointing out the risks of nuclear power and the inclusive goals of the Green New Deal. We're fighting for a fair future, not one owned by billionaires. She concludes, her eyes aflame with conviction. Musk replies, voice measured but sharp. The Green New Deal comes with a multi-trillion-dollar price tag and no promised results. Our mini-nuclear reactors are safe, small, and have been successfully tested. They can power entire cities affordably, without government handouts. Real fairness is giving everyone access to cheap energy, not forcing them to pay for unworkable policies. He pauses, staring directly at AOC again as some Republicans cheer. He resumes his seat, carrying the air of a leader reshaping the narrative. Crockett rises again, her voice roaring with anger. You align yourself with Trump-era policies that favor private energy over people's access. Isn't this push for Reactors just Tesla's strategy to monopolize energy, while struggling families are stuck paying astronomical bills. She displays a report showing inequalities in energy access based on income. This isn't about the people for you. It's about profit. Her gaze tries to pierce through Musk's composed exterior. Musk stands firm. I don't align with Trump or any politician on this. Tesla's mission is to develop clean energy for the public, not profit. Our mini reactors will reduce energy costs, especially for lower-income families. If you truly care about fairness, then support innovation, instead of defending broken systems. He wraps up his point, locking eyes with Crockett, met by another wave of applause from Republicans. Sitting down, he looks like someone who just landed a strategic strike. AOC presses on, voice forceful like a storm. So, who carries the burden when your reactors fail? The Green New Deal supports energy that doesn't risk catastrophe. Will you be accountable if your tech fails, or will everyday people bear the consequences? She displays studies of past nuclear disasters and touts the safety of solar and wind power. We stand for a future built on safety, not one gambling with people's lives. She finishes, daring Musk to accept the stakes of his vision. Musk calmly replies, "Our reactors use next-gen technology with near-zero risk. Solar and wind are great, but they can't meet round-the-clock energy demands. If sustainability is the goal, we need real solutions, not empty slogans." He scans the room defiantly. Applause breaks again, while AOC clenches her fist to hold back frustration. He sits, unmoved and composed. Crockett continues, her voice blazing once more. "You keep talking about solutions but ignore reality. The energy policies you once supported under Trump have devastated low-income communities. Will you commit to clean energy investments in those areas, or continue selling high-priced tech to the elite?" She cites studies on environmental damage in poor neighborhoods. Don't hide your motives behind polished words. She ends, eyes locked on Musk. Musk replies, his voice strong and visionary. Tesla has already invested millions into clean energy projects for underserved communities. Our reactors will reduce costs for all Americans. If you truly want progress, reduce red tape so we can act faster. The chair then speaks in a steady tone. The hearing is concluded. We thank Mr. Musk and the lawmakers for their participation today. The committee will review all presented material for policy recommendations. The gavel sounds like an exclamation mark at the end of a heated debate, though the room still buzzes with activity. Musk stands, adjusts his jacket, and casts a final look at AOC and Crockett before leaving. The audience slowly filters out, some sending hurried texts, others already debating what unfolded. Outside, protesters wave signs, some praising, some condemning Musk, turning the sidewalk into a battlefield of public opinion. AOC and Crockett waste no time. They hold a press conference in the Capitol hallway. Under the flash of cameras, AOC speaks first, her tone fierce and unrelenting. Today, we demanded answers from a tech billionaire who must be held responsible. From DoG to Neuralink, Musk cannot dodge accountability. We're pushing for thorough investigations into Tesla and Neuralink to ensure the public's needs are prioritized. She highlights the introduction of a billionaire tax bill, a direct legislative counter to Musk's empire. She hands the mic to Crockett, eyes fierce with determination. Crockett picks up, her voice intense like a windstorm. Mr. Musk may walk out of that chamber, but he cannot walk away from congressional scrutiny. We will examine labor abuses at Tesla, ethical risks in Neuralink, and the role of X in spreading misinformation. The American people deserve a future where billionaires don't dictate the rules. She ends with a strong appeal for voters to back Democrats in the 2026 midterms, drawing a battle line between corporate power and public good. The two lawmakers stride away as reporters scramble for answers. Back in California, Musk returns to Tesla's headquarters. In a sleek, modern boardroom, he addresses his leadership team. Standing before a giant display screen, he speaks with quiet power. Today's hearing was an assault, but we didn't falter. X will continue to uphold free speech. Neuralink will redefine medicine, and Tesla will lead the clean energy movement. No politician will stop us. He orders new transparency measures for Neuralink and speeds up nuclear energy initiatives. A clear response to the Capitol confrontation. After the meeting, Musk stares out a window, eyes set on a horizon only he seems to envision. Social media explodes like a tidal wave. Tweets flood timelines. Hashtags like Musk vs Congress and AOC vs Musk dominate discussions. One user writes, "Musk is a national hero. He exposed leftist hypocrisy." Another replies, "AOC and Crockett are standing up to unchecked billionaire power." A viral post reads, "Musk just dismantled the Green New Deal on national TV, and won." Meanwhile, AOC supporters rally under "Tax the Billionaires," fighting for the tax bill. The online storm spreads from the U.S. across the globe, amplifying the showdown's reach. In Washington, Democratic lawmakers meet